So now we're going to fast forward out of the bank. A lot of my powerful life lessons did take place early on in my career, and for that, I am extremely grateful. But of course, my entire career was not at this financial institution. Soon, my financial institution was purchased by another bank, and my hope was that I would be severed because I could take that severance, put it in savings, and the economy was still great at that time. So I knew that I was marketable and I could go out and get another job. Unfortunately, they didn't sever me. They kept me, which didn't make any sense because they had their own corporate marketing department and they really didn't keep marketing departments locally. But for some reason, they decided to keep me, and it was absolutely horrible. I was so bored. I had nothing to do, and every time I tried to do something, they would just tell me to kind of wait, hold on, we'll let you know. It got so bad that I would take naps during the day, and nobody cared. And those of you who know me well, know that that just doesn't work for me. I need to be doing something meaningful. I need to be doing something satisfying. I need to be achieving things and making things better. So I quickly decided the bank was no longer the place for me. Now, at the time, the pharmaceutical industry was booming, and it was hiring a lot of new pharmaceutical reps, and I had a lot of friends that were already in that business. So I interviewed with a company called Merck, got hired right away, and one of the first things they did with all of their new hires is they sent us up to Chicago, where we spent 6 weeks getting ready to learn how to do our job. So we spent the first 2 weeks learning all about our products. Of course, we're selling pharmaceutical products, which are highly technical in nature. So we needed to understand the science behind these products and who they're best for and when they should be written. So we needed to know our products inside and out better than anybody else could know those products. And then we spent the next 2 weeks looking or seeking to understand our competitors' products. We wanted to better understand our competitors' products better than they understood their products. So not only did we know our products well, we knew our competitors' products really well. And then the last 2 weeks were spent learning how to facilitate conversations with both physicians and surgeons so that we could educate them properly as to what the product was capable of doing and when it should be written for a patient and when it shouldn't be written for a patient. And then we also had to prepare for any questions or objections or concerns that they might share when we're talking one-on-one with them. So when I left that training, I was so full of knowledge, right? So I left this training thinking that this is what the job is all about. The job is about walking in, interacting with physicians, interacting with surgeons and their staff, and educating them on all the science behind the pharmaceutical products and making sure that they fully understood when to write these products and when they shouldn't be writing these products. Now, when I left this training, I joined a team of individuals who are already experienced and already in the market. So they already knew a lot of our physicians and surgeons really, really well. Now, those of you that are familiar with the pharmaceutical industry know that there are reports on what the physicians are and are not writing. So as a pharmaceutical rep, you could see whether or not your physicians and your surgeons were writing your product or not. And if they were doing their jobs appropriately, they should really be writing a combination of your product and your competitor's product because no one product is best for any patient. So that our job was to, as I said earlier, to help them understand when they should be writing your product. Now, I would look at this list and I would see some physicians and surgeons on there who were writing 100% or close to 100% of our competitors' products. And I thought, that's who we should be talking to, right? They should be writing more of our product. This is low-hanging fruit. Let's go out and talk to them first. Now, when I said this out loud to my existing team, they looked at me and just started laughing. And they shot looks at each other like, oh, bless her little heart. She's a newbie. And I was like, what am I missing? What's going on here? That to me just makes common sense. And they looked at me and they said, Starla, don't waste your time. You'll be spinning your wheels. And I'm like, why? Help me understand. And they said, well, that physician is like this with our competitor's pharmaceutical rep. They are best buds. They have a strong relationship. You're not getting in the door. And even if you get in the door, that physician is not going to listen to you. Now, I just want you to pause for a second and think about what I just said. I went into this training and I left this training believing that if I was going to do my job well, it was going to be because I was imparting knowledge, useful information to my customer so that he or she could use this information to make smart decisions. But then all of a sudden I get out into the market and I find out that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about at all. It's about walking in that door and cultivating a relationship with the physician so that you could build some trust and get them to a point that they're comfortable with you, because if they are comfortable with you and they really like you, then they'll start to listen to you, and then they will be more open to possibly writing your product. This was a powerful life lesson for one simple reason. This was a reminder to me that business is built on relationships. It doesn't matter how educated you are. It does not matter how much experience you have, how much you know. If you cannot walk in the door and cultivate relationships with everyone, even the people that you don't really like or probably wouldn't spend time with outside of work, if you don't know how to cultivate those relationships, everything that you're trying to do is always going to be a struggle, or it's at a minimum going to be an uphill battle. That is why this was a powerful life lesson for me. Now, I have to say that I also had some moral and ethical issues with that, because what I saw were physicians who weren't looking out for the best interest of the patient. They were looking out for the best interest of themselves, and they were making decisions based on their relationships with pharmaceutical reps, not necessarily what was in the best interest of the patient, which is why I only lasted 8 months in pharmaceutical sales. I had to get out of there. I could not take it. But again, this was a powerful life lesson to me that business is built on relationships, and our job as business professionals is to show up in a way where we can cultivate strong, powerful relationships. I prefer that they be mutually beneficial and in the best interest of everyone involved, so that we can all walk away feeling good about who we are and what we're doing. And that is one of the other reasons why I am now an executive coach, and why I've spent the last 10 years helping business professionals like you learn how to be more influential, much more persuasive, how to command control of your presence so that you can walk into any room and build relationships with anyone that's in it. Again, thank you for watching. We have one more story to come, and it's the story about what led me directly into Starla West International in 2009.